So, hello and welcome to this masterclass in manifestation. We will talk about how to manifest $1 and we will talk about how to manifest $10 million, as you have seen here on the channel before. Those two are very different in nature, even though they use the same method. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do this. We'll begin off by outlining the difference. Why are they different? Why can you seem to manifest small stuff but not the important stuff in your life? What is it about? It is about self-concept. How do we change that self-concept? And at the end, the important exercises for you to change your life after watching this video. So watch it all the way to the end. I think we will be at around half an hour. Let's see. But let's begin. Manifesting $1 versus $10 million. And just a quick side note, if you want to work with me, link is in the bio. Why? It's not just about adding zeros. It's about who you are when you manifest, right? And let's start off with the opening, the big misconception. If you can manifest $1, you can manifest 10 million. But the method is not identical. And I actually told you just a few seconds ago that the method is identical. And it is in terms of you change your reality based on your assumptions. So if you assume something new to be true, then your reality changes. And I'll give you a practical example just in a few minutes. But for the sake of this video, let's apply two different methods, because manifesting $1 to prove it to yourself is so very easy that we won't really need a deep dive on how to do that. Reality, the $1 is about skill. The $10 million is about a self-concept. The reason why I put skill in $1 is because the $1 is already in your self-concept. So please extrapolate this to whatever you are trying to manifest in your life. But know that there's something already true about you, like in your belief system. And there's something not already true in your self-concept. What do you believe to have right now? And that is the thing that we're really talking about here. So this could be 1 million up here and $100 million down here. It could be unhealthy, healthy. It could be loving, not loving, whatever, right? So for the sake of this video, we'll talk about money because it's important to a lot of you, but it works with everything in this world. And I help my clients manifest wealth, but I also help them manifest health, relationships, whatever you want. So to begin with, choose a number that feels insane to you, right? That is where your growth is. And yeah, as I just said, for some, 10 million is not insane. And for others, even 100K feels far away. But soon, if you apply the principles, it will not. So your insane number, if let's call it insane just for the sake of this video, know that it's not insane. This is where your identity stops right now. This is where your self-concept stops right now. Bashar does this same thing where he asks people, so like this believability paradigm, where he asks you, so if you want to manifest a car, do you believe you can have it in 1 day? And you say no. Do you believe you can have it in 10 days? You say no. Do you believe you can have it in 1 year? Yes. Okay, so that is where your belief stops. And we're doing the same thing right now. Notice where you don't think you can have it anymore. Pick that number. So why start small? Why start at the bottom? You have heard me say a bunch of times manifestation is supposed to be a spiral where you build conviction. For some people, it is not. For some people, they are just born with conviction and certainty. I'm one of the lucky few, if I can give myself that credit. I have always had this faith in me that if I put my mind to it, it will work out. But let's take the analogy. Why start small? It's like lifting weights. You don't start with 300 pounds. You start with something you can lift without shaking. So what could you manifest that would not mean anything to your self-concept? And the reason for that is small goals trigger no resistance, right? The moment resistance appears, the manifestation slows or stalls or In worst cases, you push it further away by trying to manifest it, because what you're actually doing is reaffirming that you don't have it. Yes. So small means no big deal, meaning your system automatically just says, yes, I don't care about it. You leave it like that, right? So let's start off with the $1 exercise, the dollar drop. And goal is to train your imagination like a muscle. And before we go on to this exercise, really try to see your imagination as the true world when you are going into this area. If you are a business person, actor, athlete, really try to see how much impact your imagination has on you. And I will give you an example just in a few minutes from the practical world. But try to really embrace it. Focus your imagination only what you would like to see, and do not focus your attention on something that you would not like to see. So we will train your imagination like a muscle, step by step. Choose something tiny. Example, $1 bill, a feather, free coffee, blue balloon, or as I did, a blackbird. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can. Oh, it doesn't matter. But I have a blackbird tattooed on my arm because it was the first thing that I was conscious about manifesting into my life. And pick something that would make you smile but not shock you. So you would notice it. You would be like, find it funny to see it, but it would not like mean anything to you. So yeah. Then you create a 10-second scene where you already have it. Example, holding the $1 bill, folding it into your wallet, or something with a friend. A friend says, this coffee is on me. Like, it could also be symbolic in that way, right? Like if you try to manifest, like, let's say a butterfly, and you see an image of a butterfly, then like the universe could show you that in that way, right? Then you add light emotion, like feel like you would if you ordered water at a restaurant. No surprise. So it's not like you're not supposed to, with this tiny thing, to feel like overly happy, right? Why would you be? It's normal. So we're actually looking for not a heightened feeling, but the opposite. We're looking for a naturalness, a normalness in your feeling state. Like you visualize it until you believe it, like you see it very vividly, but don't attach anything to it. And then you drop it. You don't check, you don't wait, you just go live your life. And for this method to work, you only have to do it once, but you can do it like 3 days in a row and leave it. But for the sake of this exercise, I would just do it once. Tonight, pick something simple, leave it. And why it works, small means proof of method without triggering disbelief. You have no reason to not believe that you can create this in your environment. So don't pick a dinosaur or something. Like, don't deliberately try to screw your own manifestation conviction, right? Just pick something simple. I had not a client, but a guy that I'm talking to. He manifested, like, he picked a dice that was black, red dots on it, or something like that. And yeah, he saw that dice within like a few weeks or something in his reality. So don't go look for it. Really, just forget it. You will notice it when you see it. And in the case with my blackbird, it hit my window in that meditation. So I was picturing a blackbird, and I was walking around with that blackbird in my meditation, and it hit my window. Boom. Hit my window in that meditation. I was shocked, but I was also like laughing, right? Because it was my first proof. And then the next day, I got out to my car, and the blackbird is sitting on my car. And as I approach my door, open the door, it just keeps on sitting, like it's like 15 centimeters away from me, right? And I get into the car and it won't leave. So yeah, it's a funny story. I could tell more about that story, but I won't. It's not important to you. So now we're at the funny stuff. Why $10 million feels different? And let's see if I put it. Where did I put that? Okay. So it's really not about the money, but it's about who you believe yourself to be. And the $10 million activates something, and it activates a self-concept gap. I'm not that kind of person. I don't feel like it. And obviously, you don't feel like it yet. Then it activates inherited beliefs from parents, culture, religion. You have thoughts that you don't know you have about people with money, how it is to have money, how you earn money, so something like that. And then you have what we just talked about, timeline limits. It has taken years, or I must work to earn money. And I have clients with this paradox. This paradox is very, very normal in rich people as well, where they think I'm only rich because I struggle so much. And that, for a lot of my clients, this is how I help them. Like, I help them with that. So I don't help them with the money side, but I help them with the work side of it. Analogy: $1, it's like turning a steering wheel 1 degree, right? You are already in that vehicle of, you have that already in your system. But 10 million, that's jumping to a different car, already on a different road. So you are assuming a new you in a new reality where you already have it. And really, reality is just only now. Everything exists in the now, and we won't talk about that in this video, but everything is just superimposed on top of each other. Every memory you have, it happened in this moment. So your memory, when you think of it, you are bringing it back into this moment. So everything you entail, your entire history, is present in this moment. And what you really need to do is then the work we're going to talk about right now, that we are changing what you bring into the present moment. So finally, you are a person with $10 million. So the self-concept principle: you don't manifest from what you want, you manifest from who you are, right? You've heard that 1,000 times. So the $10 million identity audit for now. Write 5 statements you currently believe about yourself financially. Example: I'm working hard to become successful, something like that. But then you rewrite it in the present tense as if 10 million is normal. Example: I'm a multimillionaire with 10 million net worth and a thriving network. Whatever. And I think you should really pick 5 statements that all takes on different aspects of what is it like for you, like how normal is it for you to have 10 million. Really make it ultra normal. So don't look from current identity to that, but go to that and look from that. Right? And then read it out loud. Notice where your body tenses or doubts. That's your identity gap. Really notice it. Your bodily sensations. Your body always tells the truth, right? So if you write those, you could find yourself laughing, right? Because it feels so good to you. But that goodness is a sign of that you can have it, but it's also a sign that you don't have it. Like, this is not a thing rich people do, sit around laughing about the money they have. Maybe some do, right? But you get the idea, right? Like, it feels totally normal. For the first 3 months, when you have a Ferrari or a Corvette or Rolls Royce, whatever you're into, like, you really enjoy it. But after some time, it's just another vehicle. And when it's just another vehicle, it feels normal. And even day number 2, no, not day number 2. In the beginning, you are aroused, but in day number 10 or 20, really you're not surprised when you open your garage and it's there, right? It's just normal to you. And that is what we're looking for. Like, where does it not feel normal? Where are you surprised by your own imagination? Where have we now found a place in imagination that is in front of your current reality? And how do we breach that gap? So, on to timeline switching. Key: you're not attracting, you're selecting realities. You are not from your current identity attracting it. You are simply assuming something new to be true about yourself. So the exercise I would like for you to do right now is to journal from the new timeline. Like, really make it so that the present moment entails this new you. Write a diary entry from the 10 million version of you. What time did you wake up? Who do you text in the morning? What's boringly normal now? And really, this boring, fully assumed, it is the key to becoming a pro athlete. It is the key to becoming like a billionaire. It is the key to becoming a world renowned artist. It's the key to becoming healthy. It is assuming that you are already what you want to be. on this boring level. And if you start just visualizing every night, notice that on day 10 or 20, the euphoria decreases because it feels more normal to you. And that's a good thing. So if any one of you out there says, yeah, but I don't feel anything when visualizing. If you don't in the beginning, I'm not sure you're doing it correctly. Maybe you are. But if you start feeling normal after some time, it's because you are on the right path. But really do this, journal from that. Like, just write down, yeah, I started the morning in the left wing of my castle, right? You just go crazy with, and I like, don't pick something that is a fairy tale you wouldn't really like, but pick what you would like. How would that day look? What would you do? Would you exercise in the morning? What would you eat? Really make it clear, this is me. I'm just writing it down, and I forgot to wrote that. Yeah, but this is obviously also because it's diary in the present tense. So it's not what would I like, but it's who am I right now, right? And then most powerful thing in this video, I think, is assuming a new past. And most people won't do this, but a lot of, like, you've spent 30 years assuming your current identity. Everything you've done, you have compiled in your head. All my memories, all this has happened. So I cannot be not afraid of flying because I have always been. Yes, you can, because you have not always been. You are just right now afraid of flying because you believe yourself to be. Truth past is a memory, but memory exists now. And a change of memory is a change of identity. And really listen carefully right now. The exercise: rewrite one money memory. And it could be 5 money memories, but pick a relevant one in your system if you can find it. Pick a past event that reinforced small money identity. Rewrite it as if it went your way. Feel it as truth. It has always been this way. Your memory is not sacred, it's selective. It's not exactly what Nevillegoddard says, but he really also goes into this. Like, and that could be everything. Did your parents struggle with money? Have your memory with that? Was there something that you were not allowed to do? Was there something that you did not have? If you can remember something that affects your money relationships today, rewrite it. Like, it could be rewriting your past so that your parents actually had a lot of money, that you had everything you wanted. And then tell yourself, feel it as truth. It has always been this way. Right? Tell yourself afterwards, I'm so happy that I'm always taken care of. I'm so happy that I always have more than I need. Right? I'm so happy that I grew up a millionaire. Right? Change it. Change that memory. See a scene, pick it. And then every time in your current life, when things don't apply, just say that sentence. Right? If you look at your bank account and you start having negative thoughts or emotions, realize it's the outside world, it's not your inside world. And you should just say a sentence: I'm so happy that I'm a millionaire, whatever, right? But try to assume a new past, not from your current life. You are choosing to not have that in your system. You're picking a new thing to hold in this present moment. And if you would like, you can comment, but that's not true, right? It is true from your current perspective. And we won't have time to dive into that today, but all truth arises now. So I know that in physical reality, you lived that life, but it does not matter to current you. Current you have lived whatever you can imagine. That you exists still in your memory, but it really has nothing to do with you. And you can shift. And if you shift current you shift also past you, because there's really no past and present and like future. It's really just what happens in the now. What is your conception of yourself? What is your assumptions? What do you perceive? What do you expect to happen? And if we can change that, it's really going to change the entire world. And I've mentioned this before, but if we take 2 basketball players, we give them an amnesia, and we tell one of them, go on the court, you're actually the best there has ever been. And if we take the other player and we tell him you suck, right? But try anyways. They will go on court acting very different. And you know this, right? Why? Because it is always belief before action. It's always belief before things happening. So it is really what we believe about ourselves that is going to be the true direction of our lives. Yeah. So try, assume a new past and reinforce it when you meet memories, thoughts that does not align with that. 7, breaking belief inheritance. So find out what's not yours. And we've talked about that a lot on the channel these few weeks here. But all your beliefs are not yours, right? When you were born, you were given a name, you believed it. You were told this is a banana, you believed it. You have labels on everything, but none of the labels you have chosen yourself. The real danger is if you also do it with yourself. And most of us do until we decide in life, well, now I'm going to pick the labels. I let outside world dictate everything else, but not me. I can choose me, right? And you can too. So family sayings, money does not grow on trees. And in a lot of families, this is not like consciously. They are not aware that they are instilling a money concept into their children, but they are. And some will even excuse it. Well, I'm teaching my kids to have a normal relationship with money. Yeah, totally fine. But maybe you're teaching them lack. There's something to be aware of. Cultural norms. People like us don't get rich. And there's another thing, and it is looking at rich people with disguise. And like, is it called disguise? Like they don't like it. And some parents also do that. Like comment on rich people, they must have no life. They must not have time for their kids in front of their kids. So the kids learn rich people, there are privileges that you have because you're not rich. And that can really keep you not getting rich because there's something to be afraid of being rich. And yeah, so find out what do you have in your system from your parents. If you cannot find it in your own system, just look at your parents. Most of the time you have it as well. And then tell yourself it's not mine. I don't have to adapt to that. I don't have to put my consciousness towards that. And that is really also present in if you are in a group. That is why that everybody says you are a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with, because you will adapt their behaviors if you are not like very careful. So if you are a professional trader, you would like to profit 1 million a day, but all your friends, they profit like 5K a day, right? It is your job to find your belief, but it's very easy to cling on to their belief. Yeah, this is the maximum. And everybody of us, we are living in a maximum based reality where all the rules, we just apply them to our own life. If, like, let's say you started an e-com business, and then I heard a guy say January is always bad for e-com, right? And then everyone believes that. And when you believe it, it becomes true. Like everybody just stops, like works slower, and they excuse every bad sales day. Like every belief you hear, realize they don't apply to you if you would like them not to apply to you. Don't accept any of it. Only accept in your reality what you would like. That's the only necessary thing you need to do. So, and realize that if you want to manifest a huge number, if you take your beliefs with you, you cannot manifest that number. If you could, you would have already done it. So let's do a belief cleanse. List top 5 money beliefs you heard growing up. For each, ask, do I choose this now? Do I choose this in my present moment? If no, rewrite and install the opposite belief. Write it down. Tell yourself. Go through it in your mind's eye. Close your eyes. Go through it. What is really true about rich people? Some rich people don't work. Some are so rich they have so much time for their kids. They are so rich that they can have time to homeschool their kids. They like instill new beliefs that would fit into your narrative of feeling peaceful. because that is also true. Like everything is always true about all the people that believe it. And yeah, this applies across all areas, right? Once you master this method, it applies to relationships. I naturally attract the right person. Health, my body regenerates easily. Business, I'm booked out month in advance, right? See how if you change your beliefs, like with the basketball court analogy, like your life would change. And right now you have the perception of the opposite. That's why you're watching this video, most likely, right? But if you can change your perception in all areas of life, it's really not hard. It's really not about finding out what actions to take, because actions, they precede beliefs. I'm going to make a video about this just after this one. Like, don't have to care about it. You have to work on your internal. Your belief system, they will like decide your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your results in that order. So it is not a matter of changing anything. You don't have to worry about what you need to do. You have to worry about, and not don't worry about it, but you have to think about who you are. Assume that to be true. Tell yourself that is the truth. All right? It doesn't matter what you want to fix. And really, if you don't believe in manifestation, do it anyways, right? I had some people with a relationship, I don't believe in it, but what do you get from being a loser in your own mind, right? I know that's a harsh thing to say, but if you would like a person back or would like to be with a person, how would it benefit you in a world of non-manifestation, which is a lie, but to believe about yourself, it's not going to happen. Like, how will that benefit you, right? So really try to adopt the mindset of that ultimate conviction, ultimate certainty. You are the authority, right, of your life. You decide, and then you stick to that decision. So, integration ritual, daily small manifestation drill, keep imagination sharp. Most of my clients, they do this multiple times a day. You can do it only at night or only in the morning. It is actually the best times for doing this. It's when your mind is naturally drowsy. I prefer to do it not in the night because I always fall asleep when getting that drowsy. So I would pick a time, for example, in the morning or throughout the day, 5 times a day, where you are not drowsy. Like you get drowsy enough to get deep into that visualization, but not drowsy enough to sleep. $10 million self-concept statement, morning and night. We've talked about this. What is true about you? Say it out loud every morning. Past, rewrite, review, do it weekly or once. Like, how was that past? You can also keep your past, but tell a different story in your mind about how it had you be a millionaire. Right? Like, if you take the example of Tony Robbins, a famous coach, he had a tough childhood. But his narrative, when you hear that story, is that made him rich. That made him work with people and help people. So that narrative fits his story. If his story was, I had a tough childhood, so therefore I'm always going to have a tough life, then he would pick a new past. So you can pick your own past, like the past you believe in right now, and have it fit. But you can also pick a new past. Really try to just embrace this. And then belief cleanse, ongoing, realize what is holding you back. What do you believe about yourself to be true? Really divide the internal world and the external world and tell yourself, so do I still believe that I'm not worthy of this? Do I still believe that I have to work hard for this? Do I still believe every day, and this is true for a lot of you, do I still believe that I have to really have a long to-do list? Take a lot of actions. Yeah. So the closing thought, the only real difference between manifesting $1 and $10 million is whether you believe it's already you. And that is what we're doing right here. Yeah. And then a call to action. If you want to collapse the timeline to your $10 million reality or $100 million reality or a healthy reality, you can join me inside my 3-month coaching program, Reality Master Work. Link is in the bio. You can book a call and we can see if it's a fit. We don't just talk about the shift, we live it. If that's not for you, you can always subscribe to the channel, like this video, save it for later, whatever. please do if you're into this kind of stuff, so you'll have more of it and we can talk more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Get out of here.